What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy MrBaboon back with the reaction video. This time we have John F. Kennedy's family tree. So we did the Abraham Lincoln family tree, and there was definitely some interesting people in his family tree. We're gonna check this John F. Kennedy's family tree out. We're gonna see. I think I was told there was some interesting people. So, ooh, they got done smoking. So, make sure you guys comment, like, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Share the video if you guys do enjoy. Check the description. I will have the link for the video and the channel link down below. So, gonna check out John F. Kennedy's family tree. Let's go and get into it, shall we? Ooh.
The Kennedys. They may not be a royal house, but with so many members serving in high-ranking government offices, they may be the closest thing to one in America. We'll be going from the family's immigration to the U.S. all the way to today, and looking at what is known as the Kennedy curse.
The Kennedy curse.
To begin, we have Patrick Kennedy. He was a Catholic immigrant who came to America from Ireland in the mid-19th century. He had 5 children, the youngest of whom was Patrick Joseph, or PJ Kennedy, who began the family's close connection to politics. He was a state senator and representative in Massachusetts and was something of a party boss. His son was Joseph P. Kennedy, who was the patriarch of the Kennedy family that people tend to think of. He made his fortune as an investor before entering into politics, serving as chairman of a few commissions under Franklin Delano Roosevelt, most notably becoming ambassador to the United Kingdom. He married Rose Fitzgerald, whose last name you might recognize if you've seen Matt's video on the Fitzgerald family of Ireland a little while back. She was the daughter of a congressman, and she actually became a member of nobility. Pope Pius XII named her Countess of the Holy See, which is another name for Vatican City. They had 9 children, 5 of whom would meet an early death or some other great tragedy. The oldest of their children was Joseph P. Kennedy, Jr. This was JFK's older brother, who was being groomed for politics by his father from a very young age. In fact, when he was born, his father proudly announced, "This child is the future president of the nation." Of course, he did not end up becoming president because he was killed in a plane crash in World War II. Had he survived and lived up to his father's expectations, our timeline might have been very different. Joseph was known to be quite sympathetic to Adolf Hitler prior to the outbreak of the war. But with his death, the pressure to succeed in politics was passed on to his younger brother John, also known as JFK. JFK, of course, was known for his term in office as President of the United States, and as president, his role in the Cold War, including the Apollo program, as well as his support of the Civil Rights Movement. He's also remembered for his personal life, including his reported affairs with multiple high-profile women. The woman he was married to, however, was Jackie Kennedy. She came from a wealthy family, being the daughter of a stockbroker, and she had an aunt named Edith Bouvier, who was a singer and had a critically acclaimed documentary made about her in the 70s. As First Lady, Jackie became an icon of fashion, art, and culture. And after her husband was assassinated, she later married Greek billionaire Aristotle Onassis. She and JFK had 2 children, JFK Jr. and Carolyn. JFK Jr. had relationships with several models and actresses, including Cindy Crawford and Sarah Jessica Parker. He studied law, but was more interested in other things, like acting and flight. It was his interest in flying that ultimately led to his early death in a plane crash, along with his wife and sister-in-law, only a little over a year after receiving his pilot's license. His sister Carolyn, however, is still alive. Like her father, she went into politics, becoming the U.S. ambassador to Japan during the Obama administration. Next among the Kennedy siblings, we have Rosemary Kennedy. Rosemary suffered from seizures, mood swings, and a learning disability from an early age. In 1941, her father, Joseph Sr., decided to have her lobotomized in an attempt to stop her violent outbursts. But the procedure was unsuccessful, rendering her incapable of walking or speaking coherently. What happened to her was kept secret from the public and even to members of her own family for many, many years. It wasn't until 1987 that the lobotomy became public knowledge. So, although she lived to be 86 and was gradually reincorporated into her family after the death of her father, she is considered to be another victim of the Kennedy curse. Then we have Kathleen Kennedy, who was married to the heir to the Duke of Devonshire, but she and her husband were both killed in a plane crash shortly after World War II. Her sister Eunice, however, lived a long and fruitful life. She was a philanthropist who founded the Special Olympics, having been moved by her sister Rosemary. Today, the Special Olympics provides competitions and training to more than 5 million athletes across 172 countries and is overseen by her son, Timothy. She married Sergeant Shriver, who was an ambassador to France and ran as a vice presidential candidate.
I did not know that about her. I would say so far, John F. Kennedy's family tree is definitely interesting. I definitely will say that. But, I mean... Like, I didn't know Jackie remarried. I did not know she remarried. I did not know that. I mean, I think I was told a little bit about the, you know what I mean? I'm not even going to try to say her name, but the one that founded Special Olympics, I heard about her a little bit. And Rosemary, I heard about her a little bit. I don't know.
With George McGovern against Nixon in 1972. She also has a daughter, Maria. In addition to being an author and journalist, she too became a philanthropist and is the founder of the Women's Alzheimer's Movement. You might also recognize her husband, the former governor and movie star Arnold Schwarzenegger. The sixth Kennedy sibling is Patricia Kennedy, who produced the first cooking show on network TV. She was married to actor and producer Peter Lawford for 10 years, but they were later divorced. Seventh is Bobby Kennedy, perhaps the second most famous Kennedy after JFK. He served as Attorney General under his brother and ran for president in 1968 against Lyndon B. Johnson, and he was gaining some traction, but he was assassinated. He had 11 children, but for the sake of simplicity, we're sticking only to the more prominent members of the Kennedy family. His oldest son, Joe Kennedy, went on to become a congressman, and he had a son, Joseph P. Kennedy III, who is currently a congressman representing Massachusetts. Bobby Kennedy also had a daughter, Carrie Kennedy, who was formerly married to the current governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo, who happens to be brothers with CNN journalist Chris Cuomo. They were married for 15 years, but divorced in 2005. Then there is the only one of JFK's siblings still alive today, Jean Kennedy, currently aged 91.
Really?
She served as ambassador to Ireland for several years in the 90s and was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom for her work with the VSA, an organization dedicated to providing opportunities for people living with disabilities to engage with and participate in the arts. Finally, there is Joseph and Rose's youngest son, Ted Kennedy. He served as senator from Massachusetts for nearly 47 years, the third longest continuous term of any senator in U.S. history. He nearly died from a plane.
So he nearly died from a plane crash. So for what, 2 people in the Kennedy family had died from a plane crash, I think? So far that I know of. Unless it was like one of their children or something, it's possible. I'm not sure.
Crash in 1964, but was rescued, managing to escape the curse. His son, Ted Jr., was a member of the Connecticut State Senate and is currently a partner at a law firm in New York City. He has a son, Ted III, who is currently a student in college. And last but not least, there's Ted Kennedy's son, Patrick Kennedy, who is a former congressman and has struggled with drug and alcohol addiction, but has since recovered. All right, that was a look at the Kennedy family.
Well,
if you'd like to...
the Kennedy family, I will say, Definitely intriguing family, I would say. A lot of politics and stuff in the family too. Like, I mean, going way too soon. I feel like if he would have not got assassinated or anything, I felt like he would have done a lot of good for his when he was president and shit. I feel like he would have done a lot of good shit. You know what I mean? By the way, disclaimer, I don't know if anything I'm saying is high. I mean, it's right. I'm high. So, with that being said, I think that's gonna do it for the video. I got 2 more videos to get done. Like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you guys think about this. If I should do some more family tree stuff with some possibly some famous people and whatnot. You know what I mean? Or some more presidents. Let me know down below in the comments if you guys want to see that. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. If you guys are new, check the description down below. Positivity is key. Motivation is key. Happiness is key. You guys be safe. Watch out for each other. I will see you guys in the next video.